Do you actually hate maths, or have you just heard a lot of people say that they hate maths, so you've internalized that and just decided that this was something you're gonna do? Hi guys, Maths the Medic here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you have been great since my last video. So today's video, I am going to be sharing with you how I got my A star in A-level maths, plus my secret tip, which will be tip number 3. So keep watching. It's very possible. I know maths is a hard subject, but it's very possible to get an A star. And these 5 tips I'm going to be sharing with you will hopefully help you bridge that gap and get to that A star grade. So before I get into this video, do please like, comment and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Let us grow this family. The more of you that are here, the more people I can help. And also please do not forget to check out my other videos that tells you a little bit more about myself, and also check out my GoFundMe page, please, because I am going to medical school this September, and I will be going to medical school this September, even though I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it, but with your help and your support, I know that I can do this soon. Thank you in advance. So let's get into this video. So the first thing I want to say is all the tips I'm gonna give you today are applicable to any other A-level subject, even GCSEs. However, these are the tips that I use personally in my during my A-level course in college, and which is why I was able to get an A star in A-levels. I wish I applied all of this to my other subjects. I would have gotten 3 A stars instead of just 1 A, but learn from my lesson, learn from my mistakes, and learn from the things that I did so that you can get 3 A stars, 4 A stars if you want. So my first tip is change your mindset. Now hear me out, people. Do you actually hate maths, or have you just heard a lot of people say that they hate maths, so you've internalized that and just decided that this was something you're going to do? Hate is a very, very strong emotion, and if you've already decided in your heart that you're going to hate something, it's very, very hard for you to be open-minded to that thing. I'll give you an example. If you've heard a lot of people say something bad about someone, if you've heard a lot of negative comments about someone, before you even meet them, you've already prejudged them. In your mind, you think that this person is a horrible person. So when you meet them, you already have a barrier up, you already have a shield up. So it's very hard for you to open up to that person. I think it's the same applies with maths. A lot of people have heard people say, oh, maths is so hard, maths is horrible. So they've already prejudged the subject and they already have a guard up when it comes to the subject, and without actually giving it a chance. I think that if you change your mindset, do not see maths as a subject that is hard or something that is bringing you down, but see maths as a subject that is going to get you to where you want to go to. So it's going to get you the grade to get into the university that you want to go to. It's going to get you the resource that you need to be able to open up more opportunities for yourself. That's how I saw maths. That's why I enjoyed doing it, because it wasn't an obstacle in me achieving my goals. It was something that was going to help me get there. Now, I'm not saying that this tip applies to everyone. Some people genuinely do find math hard, and it does get discouraging when something is hard and you can work on it. But let's try something new. Let's actually try having an open mind, and instead of just having a hatred for the subject, let's see the subject as a friend, as something that can actually help us get to where we want to get. I really hope that you guys understood your points, but if this first point didn't work for you, I really hope point number 2 will work for you. So tip number 2. Now this tip I cannot stress enough. I believe every single person can benefit from this tip, and the tip is sit next to someone smarter than you. Listen, there's a story behind this and I'm gonna share it. So in my chemistry class, this was second year of chemistry, I sat next to my friend, a very good friend of mine, and because really truly our teacher was just giving us past papers to do every day, so the class kind of got very, very boring. So I would sit next to my friend and we would talk, we would chat, we would gist. And one day my teacher looked at us and he was like, Do you know you guys remind me of those girls in the village that will go to the stream, on their way to the stream, they'll be gossiping. And like, if you've watched Nollywood movies, yeah, if you've watched African movies, you know that scene when they're carrying their basket and you're like, is that what he did? Like that kind of thing. So that image stuck in my head and I was just like, wow. So that's how I come across. Like, I wasn't paying attention in class. I was just chatting to my friends. I was just busy, not even paying attention because I thought the class was just boring because he wasn't teaching us anything. That day I changed my seat. That same day he said it, I moved my seat and I sat next to someone smarter than me. And I promise you that was the best decision that I ever made. Best decision, because not only was I focused, but I had someone next to me who would challenge me. So every time we did a test, he would get an A and I would get a C, and I would be like, damn, okay, I need to work harder. I had someone to be in competition with. He didn't know that I was in competition with him, but he didn't need to know that I was in competition with him. And if I didn't know anything, I would ask him. I had someone who was smarter than me. So if I was struggling with someone, I had someone who I could speak to who would help me. And at the end of the day, when it came to exam day, he got a B and I got an A. Not saying that he didn't do well, but the exam was extremely hard that year. 2016, was it what? Yeah, 2016 A-level chemistry was very hard that year, but I still managed to get an A because, first of all, I changed my environment and made sure I sat next to someone who would challenge me and who would push me, not my friends. And if you're the smartest person in your class, I mean, kudos to you, well done, good work. Maybe sit next to the teacher, I don't know. But if you're not, find the smartest person in your class and befriend them, sit next to them. If you're struggling with something, they can help. And I hope that they're a nice person, that they do help. But if they're not, be in competition with them in your head. They don't need to know. He didn't know how I was in competition with him, and look at this, I came up on top. I mean, we're not bragging, but like, you know. But yeah, I also applied that in my math class. Yeah, a lot of us were really like top achievers. So it wasn't about sitting next to someone who was smarter than me. It was about sitting next to people who would push me as well as I would push them. So my friend Meets, a lot of us, we just sat next to each other and just push each other and encourage each other. So if you're the smartest person in your class, then what you could do is just sit next to people who would encourage you and push you, and you all can push each other to achieve that goal. I really hope that point helps. If it doesn't, point number 3 is my secret weapon. This definitely was what took me from a B in A-level to A star, and I will recommend every single person does. Point number 3 is attend multiple classes. Now let me break this down for you. So in my A-level timetable, I had 3 math classes a week on average. That was my timetable. So I'll have a math class on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday, I think. And if you're college students, sixth form, college, whatever, you have free time on your timetable. There are times where you just wouldn't have any classes. You can either like go home, or you can go to the library, or just chill with your friends. So what I did is I looked at my friend's timetable and I checked the time where they had their math classes. And I corresponded that with my timetable. If I didn't have any class at that time, what I would do is I went to their math class. And let me tell you why this was very effective. Not only did it mean that I was learning something, I was learning the same thing again, but it acted as my revision class. Now, instead of me going to the library to go and study what I've learned and, try to understand it, I went to the same class twice. That way, if I didn't get the point in my class, I was surely to get it in my friend's class. What I did, I spoke to the teachers at the beginning of the year and said, would you mind me coming to sit in your class on my free time? I will try not to be I won't be disruptive. I just want to get extra help because I needed the extra help. And I don't know what teacher would say no to that. Like, I really hope your sixth form is a good sixth form, or like your college is a good college, but I don't see any teacher that would say no to that, and none of my teachers say no. They were more than willing. They even encouraged me to do it more often. So on average, I went to 5 math classes a week. Yes, 5 maths classes instead of 3. So that means that I was either learning something again that I'd learned already in my class, in another class, or I was learning something for a new topic for the first time. And then when I went to my class, I was basically revising the topic that I already learned. So that way, my knowledge was twice as strong as everyone else. Imagine how great that would be. Because that means you don't have to spend time on your own just revising. You're already in school, you're already in class anyways. So you might as well just go to the class and get as much revision as you can. If you didn't learn anything, or if you didn't understand something in your class, this is your chance to ask the teacher again for the explanation. If I had done this in my chemistry and my biology class, I did try to do it in my biology, but I didn't do it as much and I did it quite late. If I had done this, I promise you I would have gotten 3 A stars. Learned from my mistake and applied this. I only applied it to maths because I just knew that I needed the extra help in maths, which is how I got my A star. Honestly, follow this tip if you can, and I guarantee you'll be able to increase your grade 2 levels up, to guaranteed 2 levels up. If you are determined and committed to this, I promise you will see results, because I saw results. My tip number 4 is practice past papers. I know you've heard this a lot, but I'm going to say it to you again because this is very, very, very important. I don't think people in the UK appreciate how much free resources they had. When I was in Nigerian boarding school, there was nothing like past papers. There was no internet. I didn't have phone. There was no internet. I hope you guys like my mug. It said, "Have a great day." So cute. There was nothing like past papers. There was nothing like, oh, you had something past exam that you could look through to improve your grades. There was nothing like that. It wasn't until I came to this country that I knew that kind of thing exists. So please take advantage of them, and take advantage of them early, from the jump. I can't express how important this is. There are things like there are topic by topic past papers, which means that as you're learning a topic, let's say today your topic is simultaneous equations, you can literally go online and search for past papers on simultaneous past questions on simultaneous equations, and there will be a list of questions for you to practice. I mean, why would you not take advantage of that? So honestly, practice past papers as quickly as possible. As you learn a new topic, practice past papers, because what they teach you in class and what they ask for you in exams, I'm sure you guys have seen the memes. They're not the same. It's always a bit different. Exam mode and classroom mode are not always the same. That especially for biology. So what you can do is practice exam style questions from the early on. That way you're already used to the type of questions, styling of questions that they ask. So when it comes to the exam, if that's something that you've been preparing for for a year, okay, maybe not like for like the whole academic year, it wouldn't be something shocking. It would be second nature to you at that point. That would be something that you already know how to do. So it's something that you're already quite familiar with. So it'll be easier for you to be able to maneuver the questions and get those top grades. I'm sure this tip, you've heard it a lot and your teacher said it, but Auntie Miriam is saying it to you again. Yes, I just called myself Auntie Miriam. Practice past papers, because honestly, they help so much. Tip number 5 is know what type of learner you are. There are 4 different types of learning methods, I believe. There's a visual, kinesthetic, auditory, and reading and writing. Now, I know that I am a visual learner. I like to see things. If you tell me a word or a name, if I don't write it down, I will forget. That's the kind of person I am. I will forget. So I'm a very visual person. I'm a very visual learner. So I know that me watching something would help me rather than me just reading something, if that makes sense. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos on math equations and whatnot. If you at that time, if you go on my YouTube, it will just be how to solve this problem, how to do this, how to do that, and there are tons of videos out there. I cannot express how blessed we are in this generation. There are tons and tons of videos out there to help us. Why would we not want to take advantage of that? If you're struggling with the topic, check out what kind of learner you are. If you're a visual learner like me, watching videos, even if you're not a visual learner, even the videos still could help. Watch a lot of videos. Another thing that I did was, you see this little notepad here, this I don't even know what to call it. I got this from Wilco. This was my chemistry one. I had a blue one for biology. I don't know why pink just screamed chemistry to me and blue screamed biology. But anyways, so what I did was, you see this little flashcard. Every single topic I wrote important key points on them. Every single topic. Even you can use this for maths as well. Important equations that you need to remember, write them down. And ever so often, every time, almost every day, well, maybe not every day, but at least once or twice a week, go through them. And as you do new topics, keep adding them and refreshing your memory on the old ones. But all you need to do is just flash through the cards, remind yourself, and make muscle memory. Make sure you imprint the image in your head. So when it comes to the exam, you can the flashcard can come. I mean, it worked for me. The flashcard comes in your head, and you can picture where the equation was on the paper, or how you wrote it, or how you draw it, and that way it's easier for you to remember. It's all about making strong, lasting memories that can help. If you're a reading or writing learner, this would help as well, because then you can write out all the points. And even though math is very number based, math is also written as well, so you can write out all the points that you need and just have it handy. And this, you can take it anywhere. Even on the train, you can just pop it open and just look at it. This is honestly how I studied my A-levels, having things like this. This was full to the brim, and I would just keep going through them every day on my way to school. Just keep looking at it, and that's how I was able to get my grades. So I really hope that this point helped you. Honestly, that's how I was able to get my A-level results. That's how I was able to get an A-side A-level math. And if please do take something away. Let me know in the comment section which point you feel will be most useful to you, or which points you will take and try out. Let me know what other types of videos that you want, and I will try to film them. I'm still very new to this, and I will try to put at least one video a week. Don't hope that, but I will try to put at least one video a week, because I do want to do a lot of this really helpful videos. I want to share with you how I was able to get to where I am, and how you can get there as well. Please do not forget to follow me on Twitter at MasterMedic, Medic Mass as well. Follow me on TikTok, TikTok at MasterMedic, Instagram at MasterMedic, and please check out my GoFundMe page if you want to see more videos, if you want to see more of this smile, and if you want to see me in medical school this September. Please check out my GoFundMe page and donate. No donation is too small. I thank every single person that's donated already. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for supporting me. And I will see you guys in my next video.